Well, Harris, there hasn't been a lot of great progress on COVID. Unfortunately, more people have died this year in the second year than in the first year. And you would think as vice president, you'd know malaise is a word you probably don't want to use given its historical context, Jimmy Carter being a one-term president.
Kayleigh McEnany. Now, this woman, hands down, may be the biggest brown-nosing suck-up in the Republican Party. And that, of course, is a very difficult title to obtain because the Republican Party is filled to the brim with brown-nosing suck-ups. Now, well, wait a minute. Ted Cruz may be worse. However, we know that the Republican Party is filled with people just like this, especially when it comes to good old Donald Trump. And speaking of Donald Trump, it's really funny that Katie, had the nerve to give Kamala the advice of not talking about something Jimmy Carter did because Jimmy Carter was a one-term president. However, Donald Trump, too, as we know, was a one-term president, a man who lost to Joe Biden by 7 million votes, and to this day cannot accept the fact, nor can Kayleigh McEnany. So let's continue.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when she was asked about dissension in her office, Emily, her answer was what Lauren said. Well, maybe I should get out of D.C. more. No, I have an answer for you, Kamala. Maybe you should be nicer to your staff because you have a career history of reportedly being pretty cruel to your staff and not reading your briefing prep material. I don't think getting out of D.C. is going to change your problems. Emily, your thoughts?
Now, while there is more than enough criticism to go around for good old Kamala Harris, and, we talk about that often on this channel, the opportunities that she's missed, her not showing her face and demonstrating her presence quite enough, not nearly enough. There's plenty of criticism to go around. Her history in the Senate, her history as a prosecutor, all of that. However, when Kayleigh McEnany recommends maybe she should be nicer to her staff, that may be a real criticism as well. However, Kayleigh McEnany, your boss, your bootlicker, the person whose boots you cannot stop licking, that man isn't nice to anybody. How many people did he fire within every week of his administration because they didn't do one little old thing that he wanted, but they had the nerve to say anything that doesn't praise him in every imaginable way? Of course not. And not ironically, none of the other people on the panel pointed that out whatsoever. There's absolutely no depth perception on Fox News. Ain't none on CNN or MSNBC either. But it's like, the more you look at this channel, the more you look at the people, the types of people who gravitate to these media outlets, the more you see just how vapid and empty American politics truly is, especially the Republican Party. I mean, these people had Elmo and Big Bird and Ernie and Bert on their CPAC convention flyers saying that they're not invited. But Ernie, Bert, and Big Bird aren't real. But this is the type of stuff that's sticking it to the libs. That's what matters more than anything else. So, of course, we have the outrageous hypocrisy from Kayleigh McEnany, but that's what she makes a career of. And it'll be interesting to see which direction she goes, because as Donald Trump gears up for those 2024, that 2024 Republican nomination, unless he goes to jail, which I wouldn't hold my breath about. Kayleigh McEnany has a very long career ahead of her. So we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled because there's going to be much more ridiculous nonsense to unpack from Kayleigh McEnany and the right wing in general.